Hi everyone. Today I will start lesson the Constitution of India. Already we have started this lesson in our previous video. In our Zoom class also we have discussed. Today we will continue with the features of Indian Constitution. We already learnt about the Constitution, the importance of our Constitution and the process of framing of our Constitution, the challenges faced by our framers. Today we will discuss the feature of our Indian Constitution. The Constitution came into effect on 26th January 1950. It is perhaps the longest and the most exhaustive constitution in the world. Since its adoption, the country has undergone major changes in political, social and economic arena. Because of after effect of British rule and India-Pakistan partition, as already I discussed this. Now, because our constitution is a flexible, changes were made from time to time in the constitution. Flexible, because it's flexible, that's why we can amend our constitution. What is amendment? Amendment in the constitution means we can change in our constitution whenever we need to change. So, today we will just discuss few features. First feature, federalism. India is a land of diversity which has two levels of government, the state government and central government. Both the central and the state draw their powers from the constitution. The union, state and concurrent list deal with the powers and functions of each level. It means that union list means the central government can make laws on this subject, the particular subjects, means defense and foreign affairs. State list means only state government can make laws on these subjects. It's agriculture, land and police or law and order. And concurrent list means both central and state can make laws and can share their laws while making them. Now, in a federal setup, individual states enjoy independence in matters related to their states. On matters of national importance, just as we are facing now COVID-19, the states have to follow orders of the central government. Some issues are of concern for both the center and the states. So, in the emergency time or national importance, when the nation is facing some crisis, the states have to follow the union laws and orders or union government. Now, next feature is parliamentary form of government. In a parliamentary form, the people who are chosen by the citizens through universal adult franchise run the country. Now, what is universal adult franchise? This means that all citizens above 18 years of age have right to vote, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, financial or economic status. Through universal adult franchise, these people are the elected representatives of the citizen on behalf of whom they make laws. It means people who are chosen by the citizens are the elected representatives of the government, and they have been chosen on behalf of whom they make laws, means behalf of the people, the citizen of country, they make laws. The framers felt that all citizens, regardless of their social background, can directly participate in the functioning of government in this matter by choosing their representatives. Now next feature is separation of powers. The Constitution clearly defines powers between three organs of state: legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature is the group of elected representatives that frames laws on behalf of the people. And the executive is responsible for the implementation of these rules and regulations, the execution of these rules and regulations, and answerable to legislature. And lastly, the judiciary, which protects the interests of the people and prevents any type of fundamental violation or the violation of any fundamental rights. It protects us. Judiciary protects us. Now, next is fundamental rights. The Indian Constitution guarantees fundamental rights to our citizens. Fundamental rights are one of the important features of the Indian Constitution. These rights are protected by the judiciary and are inviolable. In case of any violation of any of these rights, a citizen has right to seek the protection of the judiciary. In a democracy, all citizens are entitled to enjoy certain rights which ensure a good living, such as right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, culture and education rights, and right to constitution remedies. These are basic fundamental rights. Apart from this, we have many more rights. Now, next is fundamental duties. The fundamental duties have been enlisted in the Indian Constitution to make the citizen aware of their economic and social obligations. These duties warn the citizen of our country to respect the national flag and national anthem. It also intends to uphold the right of equality among all the individuals, to disown violence, to offer compulsory education, and to protect the environment and public property. The Constitution does not make any provision to enforce these duties. However, any citizen violating these duties or showing disrespect to the national symbol is punishable under law. Next, directive principles of state policy. Now, directive principles of state policy are the policies which have been given by the Constitution to the government. The directive principles of state policy are the instructions or guidelines to the central and the state governments of India to be kept in mind while framing laws and policies. The purpose of directive principles is to provide social, economic and political justice to our people, like adequate means to livelihood, equal pay for equal work for men and women, free and compulsory primary education, right to work, public assistance in case of old age, unemployment and sickness and disablement. Now next is secularism. Secular state. Our country is a secular state that does not support any particular religion and treats all religions alike. It allows people to profess, preach and propagate any religion of their choice, unless it goes against the security, peace and integrity of the country. Everybody is considered to be equal before the law and enjoys equal rights, no matter to which caste, creed, color or faith he or she belongs. So these were very important features of our Constitution. Now I hope the Indian Constitution clear for you. Now next class you will get your question answers. First you will get short answers, then you will get long answers through PDF. Thank you so much.